Yes, friends. In this video, we will discuss with the particular parameter. On the particular parameter, you want to use this parameter on the being of you can use this parameter. We can use this parameter from the pivot chart table. So we will done with the pivot chart functionality. So we will use the pivot chart functionality. On the basis of pivot chart functionality, we will create the dashboard also, filtering with using of dashboard also. So we can clear about the all the data. So now make sure that you have to done with this facility with using of pivot chart option. Okay. Now we have to discuss with the pivot chart. First, it will be create with the pivot table. When we create the pivot chart, first we will get convert to the pivot table. Then we convert to the pivot chart. Directly, it will be not convert to the pivot table. So make sure that all the data first converted into the pivot table, then convert it into pivot chart. We can use the filtering option also. If we will use the filtering option at that time, it will be use the subtotal options and filtering with using of subtotal option. Pivot chart, there are a different chart. What is a first is a what is a data of the chart? Pie chart, bar chart, graph chart, line chart, all the chart is coming from your side. On the basis of chart, we want to use the different functionality. So make sure that you have to first clearing of the chart. Which chart is placing on which place? This is a very useful from your side. So we will for theoretical part we will also discuss this how to use the chart option also. This is pivot chart option. Then we will go from the pivot chart practically, because the pivot table first we will go for the pivot table theoretically, then after we will go for the pivot chart practically option. So now you have to clear idea about the why we use the pivot chart and which chart fall as a which value. So you have to clear idea about this one. So you want to use this functionality. On the basis of this functionality, we can do the different chart. We can create the different chart. But yes, make sure that all the chart, all the level is not useful. Which one is the data? It's a totally depends on your data. So how to data is a working, that is a more preferable from your side. So make sure that all the data is in preferable manner. So we can do the everything with your chart on the basis of this particular value. So make sure that all the chart values you can use this chart, and which places which chart is put out, that is a totally depends on you. So now I will share my screen, which I'm share my screen at that time. You can see here, this is all are the data. At that time, if we will use for this data, we will create some small chart. On this data, we will create first this pivot table, then we will go for the pivot chart. On the basis of name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and total. This is called as a pivot chart. Now, which chart name is which value? This is columnar chart. Column values. This all are the columnar chart. Up, down, this is all are the columnar chart. This is all are the line chart. This is called as a pie chart. This is pie wise value it will be defined. This is called as a bar chart. This is a different bar. You can now see here columnar chart and bar chart. This is both are the same as the pillar chart. But yes, the pillar is a different between the bar and columnar chart. But it's a totally depend on your data. If some data is a we can say that some data is a very useful. When we are create any of the chart, it will be perfect. But for some places only columnar chart is a perfect. Area chart, yes, this is called as a area chart. When we have a different areas of the central regions, east, west, north, south, at that time the area chart is called. scatter chart and other parts of chart. This is called as the other part of chart. Bubble chart, surface chart, stock chart, radar chart. This is all chart of chart type. All the chart type we can say here. This is if we will use the template of any, then we can use the template also. Manage the templates. If any template from your side, then you have to do this templates. If it is columnar chart, line chart, bar chart, area chart. Yes, I think so. Columnar, line, pie, and bar. This chart is this you can do for this chart of any of place, right? But area as well. This is a scatter chart, stock chart, surface chart, bubble chart, radar chart, and uh, this all other chart will be set as a all other chart on the basis of this one. You can put out this value of any of the places. So you can do with this value on the basis of this chart. You can easily do with this value. So make sure that you can work with this chart on the basis of this one. We have to finalize this value. So now you have to clear idea about this one. We can create the idea, we can create the functionality. So in this functionality we will use the particular chart. First, columnar chart. When we have a numerical data, only for numerical data, ups and downs values, then we will use the columnar chart. Then line chart. If any places, any graph, for example, in a COVID situation, some area is here, then what is a graph is up and down graph, line chart. This is called as a line chart. Then pie chart. Pie chart it will be used from the east, west, north, south, all other value. We want to find out this value, then we will use as a columnar chart, right? If I'm using this particular value on the bar value, this is a different bar is coming from the first value and compared to the second value, we will use this bar chart. Area chart, this is when we have a surface value, then we will use the area chart. XYZ is scatters value, this is the scattering of the line. You can put out the line on the basis of dot, any parameters value, so you have to put out this value. Stock market chart, this is stock market values. You have to use this stock market chart. This is called surface. Which one is a surface you will be used? This is called as a bubble chart and radar chart. Now, in the most of cases, first four chart is very useful. 90% cases we can do everything with first four chart, and the 10% cases we will use the next four chart, next other chart. So make sure that you have to work with this chart on the basis of this value. So we can do this value. So we can do this particular value. So now we will discuss, I will share my screen and we will discuss the chart, different chart options. Now we will use the columnar chart. You can see here, this is a columnar chart. This one is your value. From this part we will use this value. From you can using the any of the value of the any of the basis you can use this chart. Now you can see here this all other chart. You have to put out this chart on the basis of this chart. This columnar value is very different value, right? So make sure that we will put out the value on the next parameter also. Now, if I'm putting this value, go for the design tab. This is a pivot table design. If I'm doing the pivot table chart, we will layout option in this design option. Yes, we will go for this different design. We will put out this design also in the different layout. We will put out this value. So we will use this value on the basis of this value. We will use the data chart, save as a template. You can save as a template also. You can change the layout also. This is a value of this layout also. Here you can see that different layout also. So with using of this template, we will different templates and different chart layout. We will use this chart layout also. So this is, I think, so this is very messed up chart. So I will go for the analyze tab, insert slicer and name. This is all are the Sagar data is coming from the Sagar data. So I will put out the value of the Sagar value. So now you can see here. Now you have to see here. This is a different layout, which will be used this layout on different functionality. You can use this functionality on the basis of this one. You can put out any value and you can use this value. You can put this value on the basis of this one. You have to put out this value. You can put out this value. And you have to do this value on the basis of this one. Okay, do it. So make sure that it will be alignment selection pan. If we will use the selection pack, back forward, back send to back. If it is a send to back, it's a back value, up value, down value. down value, up value. So we can go for the down and up value. So we can do with everything with this chart. We can put out this value on the slicer value also. If we will do with another value, for example, we will go for the insert slicer value, analyze tab, slicer tab. For example, I will put out the roll number. So we have two values, roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Yes, because combination of two this. If I'm putting this one, so you have to select only four roll number. Both the combination is AND operator. Both the operator is a AND operator. You can see here. So we will use the both the operator on the basis of both operator. You will be use this operator. So you can do with this operator. We can do anything of this operator. So make sure that now you have to clear idea about the particular bar chart. Now we have some big data and I'm working with this data. So we have to clear idea about this one. How we will working with your big data, which chart is useful from your side. So we will discuss this chart on the basis of this value. So we can change our chart type inside. For example, columnar chart. All the data columnar chart. Time like processing wise is very big timeline. So this is a very time consuming. You can see this chart. This is very consuming chart. I cannot do with this any chart because we cannot understand in this chart. So we can do nothing in this chart, right? So this is called as a complicated chart. Now, what can we do this chart? For example, if I'm select the data, then go for the insert, then go for the power table. First, it will be converted to the month wise. Sales before tax, sales tax, and sales plus tax. Before tax, tax, sales plus tax. Okay, friends. Now I want to use this chart option. Now this is different values. So analyze slicer value of month and okay, I will put out the value of the month. Now you have to clear idea about this month. On the basis of this value, we have to add in the particular value. Now in this layout, we will go further. Whenever you click on this chart, go for the layout. First is a chart title. Chart title. If I'm putting here the chart title, this is called as aging report. You want to put out this aging report. This is called as about the chart. This is called as a chart title. This is different chart title. You can use the whole the chart. Axis title. Horizontal title. Title is belong this value. And this is month value, and title is a vertical. This is called as sales before text, sales text, sales plus text. It means that this is all our sales text, right? The vertical title. This is a vertical. This is called a horizontal. You can put out both the way, vertical way, horizontal way. You can put out the both the way. If you are rotated out, you want to rotate axis type. Now it's a legend value. Show the legend at top. This is all at the legend at the top side. Then at the left side, this is a left side legend of values. Legend value. This is bottom value. By default, this is bottom value. Then right place. This is called as a right place, and this is called as a left place. So you want to use the left, right, top, bottom, any of the value. With using of this word, we can use the particular chart. On the basis of chart, we will do with anything with your chart. We can work anything with your chart work. So you can use this one. Legend value, it's a right, it's a left, data label. Show. You can see here everyone places data label is very important. Data label, if the data label is not available here, so you can show it will be, we cannot find out, we can click on this value, so we can find out this value. If the data label is here, so we can easily find out up, down, the low case, upper case, these all are the values. We will find out this value. So make sure that uppercase, lowercase of this value, we want to find out this value. So we have to easily find out the chart value. Show the data table. This is all our table. This is particular value on the basis of we have to complete the table. With the keys, here you can see that only for data label, and keys it means that color, blue color, red color, white color. If you want to put out this chart is in different manner, now you have to clear idea about the chart. This is called as a chart. Now go for the next. You have to change the chart type also. Change the chart type also, and axis, horizontal axis without value. This is axis without the value. Then horizontal versus right to left axis, right to left side. This is called as a right to left axis. Vertical axis to the default axis. Then the thousands number, thousands. This is 500, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. You cannot want to put out the big number of value. Then you can use the axis numbers of values. You can use the billions of values. You can use this millions of values. You can use the billions of value. You can put out this value of the billion places. Show the axis with the log scale. This is called as a log scale. You can put out this value in the log scale value also. So you can have to clear idea about the log scale. For example, horizontal axis. We want to use this value. So we have to put out this value. Vertical, show the default axis. This is called as a default axis, and we want to go for the horizontal left to right. We will use this left to right, so it will be converted to the our previous chart also. So make sure that you will be use this layout option. You can add some shape here. For example, I will add some smiley shape here. You can add this smiley shape and color combination with this smiley shape. You can use this shape. basis of this sheet, you can put out any value. So you can deal with your chart easily at with your any symbolical basis. You can use this chart. If you add some picture in the background, so we will add the pictures. So this is called as a pictures, and we want pictures is remove background. This is a background removable, and I will put this pictures like end of this and open the fill pictures and textures fields. For example, I will put up these pictures and show the particular transparency is very low. So we will use these pictures. For example, I will use not for this one pictures. Use the select data, formatted data, change the chart type. So we will use this pictures also. Chart wall, show the chart wall. It will be a wall of this data, chart flow, and 3D rotation. Yes, it is a rotation of your chart. You can rotate your chart in a 3D way. For example, you can see here this is x-axis is 50%, y this is 50%. This is a 3D format. You can use this format. The bottom format it is also use this format. And x, y, and depth value, right angle axis, auto scale value. This is all the rotation of border style, border color, width, height, how to flat trace this line. Component type is this one is a big line, small line. Then caption type is flat, squares. We will use the shadow line if the transparency. We will use this transparency if the size presence color is a flat. We can color the different color. And then we will change the distance. We have to change the distance. Angel value we will also change. Blur value, blur the chart value, size value, transparency. How to want the transparency. This is all are the different value we will use in the 3D rotation. Rotation of this chart it is called as a 3D rotate. Height, width, properties, alternative text it will be displayed. So we will change the chart type. But this type of chart then it will be if we will rotate the chart, otherwise we will not rotate any charts. You can change here. This is rotation of chart. This is called as a 3D rotation. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis is not available here. Border color, border line, fill this color. Automatically it's filling this color also. 3D format, 3D rotation, all other formatting and all other data part is available here. This is a chart format. You can change the chart format on this deep blue color. On the top value, it will be changed here. Surface material, it will be used the surface material. This is called as a surface material. It will be used the surface material on the basis of surface material. On the basis of surface material, I will put out the value. On the basis of the put out this value, I will use the 3D rotation also. So make sure that 3D rotation is available on some cases. All the cases 3D rotation is not available. So you have to case that please you have to use this functionality. Then you can use this functionality with using of 3D rotation also. Border color, border size. Here is the color is this one. We will use this one color also. If I'm using the pyramid size, this is a pyramid style. If I'm using from this one, it's a shape from one side, we will be using this the one. And if I'm using this one, say is particularly cylinder size, then you can convert into the cylinder. Now you have to clear idea about what is the access, what is the data, how to put out this data, how to put out this value, how to changing with the 3D location, how to change this value. So now you have to clear idea about this one. We have to put out this value. On the basis of this value, we have to clear the particular value. So make sure that you have to particular value. On the basis of this value, we want to use a particular style, so we can use this style. So we want to use this style on the basis of the particular value. Make sure that everyone's style is very useful. Which one style, which one places, which one chart, which one lines, transparency, size, blurs, angle. You can change also your color option also. You can change it. Shadow, which one you are selected at that place, you can change your color. So make sure that you are changing the color on the basis of this one. So now you have to clear idea about this chart. If I'm deleting this chart, okay. For example, I will put this value insert and no filtering options and go for the pie chart. Second is a line chart. This is all are the line wise display. Then go for the layout option and go for the data layer. This is very mixed up to all the value. So we'll go for the slicer value and go for the month and OK. You can see here this is all at the month value. Then we put up this value of the month. Then we convert it to the month value. This is called as a month value. We can do anything with your month value. We can do it. If I'm converted, this chart is in a pie chart. So now if it is converted this data to the pie chart, I will delete this value and convert to the pie chart. Why this is blank column? Because we have not selected any data. My cursor is not in data. So at that time, it will go for the blank value directly converted to the pie chart. This is the converted to the pie chart. If any moment we want to show for the three value, press the control and select three values. So now you can see this value. If we will want this parameter also, 30 percentage wise, data wise, this is all are the percentage wise. It will be coming from the percentage wise only. If I'm putting this value from the layout wise and go for the data label as a center, this is value wise. If you are using the data label, it is a value wise data label. If it is a particular On the numerical data, then it will be used as a numerical data, right? If we will be used as a shape, text box, chart, we will be use all this value, right? If it is, we will convert to the different manner. It will be converted with this different manner, February, January, February, March, and all these things, right? This is all are the data from the point of the June, right? This is called as a data label. There is a three data label: sales before tax, sales tax, sales plus tax value. You have to put out from this value. This is a 242178. This is called as a 1 4. This is a sales before tax. This is called as a sales before tax. This is also called as a sales before tax, and this is called as a sales before tax. This all are the value of the sales before tax value, right? So you have to put out the sales before tax. On the basis of this one, I will be use the sales before tax value. So I will put out the any value. On the basis of this value, I will directly call as this value. This is called as a pie chart. This is all are called as a pie chart value. Now we will go for the area tab. January, February, March value. So I will do with the January, February, and March value. So I will put out this value. On the basis of this one, I will do with anything with your data, and you have to put out this value. So you have to know about this data also. So make sure that you have to know about this data. On the basis of this data, we have to convert this data into the pie chart option also. So pie chart, we will convert it to the pie chart. This is sales before tax, sales plus tax, February and March. This is all are the data of the February and March data is the sales before data, sales before tax data, right? If I am putting your value is only for February, then this is the sales before data is this one. Now I will select whole the data and go for the pie chart value February, March. This is sales before data, and you have to put out this data on the percentage of 5%, 95%. You have to done with your data with your chart option also. So we will convert it into the chart in a different manner also. March, April, May, all the data is coming from your side. So you have to easily put out with this data. If I'm taking here analysis, as a value, sales tax value, and okay, this is all our sales tax value on the basis of sales tax, this before tax value is updated from your side. So you have to change with this data. If I'm not using the particular slicer value, you have to put out this value on the basis of this slicer. You have to do this with this slicer value. Sales tax, sales plus tax, sales before tax. But this is very messed up value. So we have not clear idea about this one. So analyze, insert slicer, go for the month value and okay. So when we click on the month value, it will be converted into the sales before tax, sales plus tax value. So now we have to clear idea about the chart and how this chart form useful. This is called as an area chart. Area chart is not a particular viewing on this. You can see the chart. Yes, there is a very different functionality is using from this value. So make sure that all the functionality is coming from this chart. If it is not coming from, so this chart is not useful from your side. If it is coming from your side, then this chart is you can do with your chart. For example, if you create an area chart, this is called as the area chart. You can define different area also. You can put out this option with the area code also. This is called as the area. I can put this value on the area code also. So we have to put out this value with the area code. If I am putting this option, for example, on the other parts also, bubble shots stock charts is not available here. As this is called as a surface chart, we want to use the different surface also. But I think so. Bar chart, pie chart, columnar chart. This is a preferable chart in this video. So make sure that all the data we will convert it to the chart also. So we will line chart. In this line chart, we will use the line option also. So we have to clear about the data. On the basis of data, we have to first think about it. Which chart is useful for us? So at that chart, we want to use on the particular places. All the chart is not available on the all the places. You can see here, we cannot clearly idea about this chart. So we have to clear the slicer option also. So we have to clear the slicer option January, February, but this data you cannot see the easily this is a slicer of the data. So we can do with the slicer of the data. On the basis of slicer of data, I will put out this value. So we can do with this slicing of the value. So on the slicing of the value, I will put out this data, and whenever you have put on this data, at that time chart layout option, different layout functionality, we will also do this with functionality. So we have to clearly idea about this one. So make sure that you have to use the chart. Which chart is useful for us? You can do with your chart on the basis of this parameter. You can do it. Otherwise, else you have to confuse. If I'm using this chart here, then Excel know that this chart is not preferable on your data. So which chart on the basis of data, first we will decide which chart is useful, then we will do with this functionality. Otherwise, else it will be, we can do nothing with this chart also. So make sure that we will be use this functionality on the basis of the chart option. So we can use this chart. This is called as a chart. Yes, this is layout of the chart. You can use the different functionality also. Otherwise, else you can use go for the layout options and do with this functionality. Format, layout, designing part. This is percentage functionality. You can do this. Okay, friends. Now the chart value is clear. We will discuss in the next lecture.